Hello everyone. Today we will be looking at substructural works, and the first thing to do is to scale our page, which we will be doing so by taking any known measurement to scale the page. Okay, I'll be using these to do that. Okay, just from that point to this point you click, then now our page is scaled. We can go on with our takeoff. So this is our template, and we'll be using site clearance. Under it we have topsoil excavation, folder substructure. So now we need the area of the site. For the site clearance we need the area of the site, and also this topsoil we are calculating it in meters square too, so it will automatically generate the topsoil for us. And that is that. Click stop, right click and click stop. Then now this is a value for topsoil on the right side. Here left side you see your site clearance there. Okay, oh, you can come down to your takeoff summary to see your values there, your site clearance and your topsoil excavation. It's right there. The next item to look at will be the trench excavation, which will go to the section to see the depth of our trench. Okay, this is the depth, 350 millimeter plus 1200 millimeter, which will be 1500 millimeter, and for our width is 675 millimeter. For now I'll be ignoring the reinforcement in the footing. Okay, so now we'll be using this tool for our trench excavation. Already our width to be 0.69, you can leave it like that, and our depth to be, since we're using meters, we'll convert 1.5 meters, 1.55. Then folder substructure. Okay, so and this is how we'll be taking off for the trench excavation. You can see while I am highlighting, I'm just highlighting where there is trenches and skipping the bases. These boxes represent where I will have my column bases, as we all know. So I'm skipping it so that when I come to do my pit excavation, I should not be overestimating. Okay, that is the reason why I'm skipping the boxes right there, the column bases, as we all know. So in a short, that is how we get all our trenches by highlighting it, and it will calculate everything that we need for that aspect of substructure. Okay, let me just fast forward this ASAP. Now that we are done with our trench excavation, we can go to the takeoff summary to check our values for the excavation, backfilling, disposal, level and compacting, blinding in trenches, concrete, footing, earthwork support. All were generated automatically just by taking off for the trench. So we can also go to our estimating tab to check our values for whatever we have taken off for. Then the next item in the list is the column base, which will be doing our pit excavation. But first we'll need to check for our depth. Our depth for the pit is 1.55 as the trench. This is the column base, and our thickness is 350 millimeter for the column base. The concrete blinding is 50 millimeter thick. Okay, and we have 29 numbers of our column base type 1. So we'll be using these two to take off for the column base. Pit excavation. So we need the length and the width with depth 1.2 and the depth is 1.55 meters. Number of column base is, we have 29 numbers, right? Let me check. Yeah, we have 29 numbers. Then okay, type 1. Just by one click and we are done. You can see our value here. Let's go to takeoff summary, and this is our value. For our concrete and column base, we'll need our thickness so that it will calculate everything for us. 0.350 meters for our column base thickness. You can see now we have our blinding to column base and also our formwork. And to get our reinforcement, we'll have to right click on this to the properties, click on the properties, and you insert your values. Okay, before we insert our values for the column base, we need to check the reinforcement type, which we are having here 9Y12 at 150 millimeters center to center for both horizontal and the vertical. So we'll be using this information for reinforcement in column base. Go back to the properties, our dia to be Y12. Insert your bar weight. Our spacing is 150 millimeter, that is 0.15. Vertical bends, let's say 0.3. Our bends, we have bends at the four side, need to include that too. our cover. We are lessing cover. So our cover 0.05. Then the sides, four sides too. The length and the sides, all of this will be generated automatically. So just click OK. And you see here we have our value for the reinforcement, which is in kg. See, also for the number of bays, you see it's 29. It's got that from the pit excavation information we put on there. So, and that is all for our concrete in column base and the reinforcement for the type 1. Now we'll be going to the type 2. Yeah, okay. We need to scale the page first. Okay, we'll be scaling the page with this. Now we see this one too. The thickness is 350 millimeter. We have one white of 2 here. So, but the length and the width are kind of bigger here, which is 1.4 and by 1.4. Our depth is still the same, 1.55. Number of column base here is 11. Sorry, 11. Click OK and just click once. That is all. Right click and stop. Here we have a volume for the concrete. Come to this takeoff summary to see other properties, sub properties under it. Just K 0.350 for the thickness of the column base. Okay, see the values here. This one too, you need to go to the properties. Just put your information like we did the last time, like we did on the type 1. That is what we are going to do here too. Our bends 0.3. Our four-side cover to be 0.05. Just what we did earlier. That is what we are still doing here. You can see this is our value for the reinforcement in kg. Blinding. Can put specify to be type 2, and that is all. So with this we are done with the pit excavation and the concrete and column base with the reinforcement, all of it with just some few click, and we are almost done with the substructure. The next item is block work, and we'll have our height to be 1.2 meters. So we'll be using this tool for the block work. The width of the block is 0.23 and the height is 1.2. Okay, we'll be taking off for the block. Now just highlight everything here. We are done with the highlighting, so we will just go and check our values for what we have calculated for. This is square meters for the block work. Just come to the takeoff summary. See our values for our block work in substructure. Okay, let's say we have plastering to do above foundation. You can impute it here. You can impute the value here. Block height above foundation for plastering, let's say 0.5. Okay, and you can see we have our value for the plastering there. And next I'll be taking off for the column starter. We'll be taking off for the column starter. Let's get our information from here. We'll be using this to get our column concrete and column starter. Okay, just click on the digitizer. Number of columns, we have 30. That is for both type 1 and type 2. Thickness to be 0.23, width 0.23 also, and then click on OK. And from here to there. Okay, that's all. Right click and stop. So come to takeoff summary. Under it you'll see we have our reinforcement in concrete columns, also that is main bar and the stirrups. Right click on this or double click. Okay, here we have 4y16. 4y16, our die is y16. Width and number of columns, we have 30 columns. Data. Number of straight bars 4. Bends. Okay, for the bends, we know the length here is 350 millimeter, which is 0.35, but we don't know here. I'll just assume it to be 0.2. Okay, add it together. We have here 0.5 for the bends that goes under the concrete. Then next, our projection. For this projection, I'll just check it out first. Let's check it using our dimension tool. Can check for the length that project outside. 0.3 also. So come here, go back, just double tap it to open. Then our projections 0.3. Click on OK. Just specify it here that we have y16, the name. OK. For our stirrups, double click to open up. Then you will input your values for the stirrups. We have Y10 100 millimeters center to center, 30 numbers of column. For the dia it is Y10 bar width. Our our spacing is 0 point. Let's see, is it? Okay, it is 0.100. Sorry, I was checking on something else. Our number of side 2, number of side A is also 2. Note the column has 4 corners, so the length of side B is 0.23 and length of side A is 0.23 also. The hooks is 0.1. Our cover, we always have to less the covers to get the actual length of the stirrups. Number of covers on the cover side is 4. Here in the name, just specify that okay, we have Y10 for the stirrups. Okay, and also this is our value for the stirrups kg. For the formwork, just come here, put your number of columns here, 30, and click on OK. That's all. You have gotten your formwork size of concrete column in square meters. So everything now you have gotten the values here specified to be okay for type 1 and 2 since we are taking off for the boat. And that is that. So the next item issue is our oversight concrete. Yes, that is concrete and slab. We'll be using this information. We have 25 millimeter cement screeding, 150 millimeter concrete floor slab, and 300 millimeter hardcore filling. We have our earth filling to be 400 millimeter, and we have A142 wire mesh. So by using these two here, you get your everything. Our DPM hardcore filling level and compacting, laterite filling will all be generated automatically just by taking off for this concrete slab. Okay, our thickness. Here our thickness is what, 0.15, right? Yeah. Then you go to this tab to impute your thickness for the hardcore filling. Yeah, our hardcore filling is 0.3, right? 0.3. Go to laterite filling. Also it is what, okay, 0.2 is 400 millimeters, which is 0.4 meters. For the screeding, which is sometimes optional, you input your value for screeding. The thickness of screeding is 0.025. And press on OK. Now you'll just highlight the area that you want your concrete slab to be. Here I'm highlighting the area that I want the concrete slab to be. After getting the area for the oversized concrete, which is the slab, concrete slab, last point, right click and stop. Now we have gotten our area for the concrete and slab. So next, go to your takeoff summary. You can see that yes, this is our quantity for concrete over there, and our sub items that has been calculated, that which is formwork to sides of slab, cement screeding, BRC mesh, DPM, hardcore filling, level and compacting, laterite filling. For the hardcore and laterite, the area of block have been deducted, so you should not worry about over estimating for that aspect. You can also go to your estimating tab to check. So far this is what we have estimated for. This is what we have calculated for in the substructure.